Goddamn.
Goddamn. My nigga.
What's good with you?
Oh my god, that was clean too. That was crispy.
You
That was first episode DAP material.
Facts.
Well,
what
this
is
this
called?
the
Goddamn.
what's the goddamn
What's
shit.
the shit? Goddamn.
The What's the Name podcast. This is the What's the Name podcast. I am
Exactly.
one of your hosts, Kelvin Ruffin Jr. Don't forget the Junior to my left.
And it's your boy Larry, the Wavy Fellow, here to tell you chick hello. And I'm also a co-host. You know what I'm saying? Part of this shit. And it's nice to be here with my dog. You know, / mentor / big homie. So this shit is all fun.
Former big homie, because he big homie now. That's Majin. If you ever asked where Majin was, Larry right there. And also here, whenever he feel like turning the mic on, my brother Tre in focus himself. It's not a real production. It's really not a real production if he not here. So we got 1, 2, 3 shots right now, and he's behind one of them. When he feel like putting his hand in front of one of them to let y'all know he here, he'll do that.
He just did.
So I guess the introduction is in order because some people know us. A lot of niggas don't know us.
Shit.
So you want me to go first or you go first?
I mean, you introduce yourself first, so I'll go first. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, for those that don't know me, I got my own podcast that I'm currently taking a break from. It's called the Wave Talk Podcast. I also dance with the crew, Rail Runners, and also,
Shout out.
shout out to my boys and girls in the group.
Type shit.
And, I just been around the scene, dancing, working, getting everything up, and me and my dog decided to put this together, and it's nothing better to do at the moment. So why not do this and be productive with my life?
Yeah, so he got a laundry list of things that he's actively a part of. Me, not so much. I am an artist. I'm a rapper. I haven't been active in a little bit. I did go on a binge of dropping, and now I've been on a forceful hiatus. You know, niggas got to go on a hiatus when they lose money. So the broke hiatus type shit. It's like I wasn't on a diet. I was just broke. You feel what I'm saying? And me doing this as well. I formerly had a podcast. Shout out to the old joint, Rough Talk Sports Podcast. I miss doing my sports podcast. If anybody knows me, I'm a sports fanatic. Real student of the game when it comes to sports. I used to dance. Don't ask about it no more because I don't do it no more. But yeah, I've been doing me for a minute now, and I kind of want my cameraman to introduce himself, but he a little shy or whatever.
This your boy.
Here you go.
Let
I'm
them
out
know.
here in these streets shooting everything that you want. Cars, girls, weddings, anything you can think of. I'm out here in these streets.
Plug yourself. Yeah. Tap
If you need a
in.
video done, photo done, hit me up.
$6 grand. Oh my
Affordable prices, just hit me up. I'm out here.
Tap in with them.
Affordable prices like the clearance section in the Birkin store. You still gonna pay top dollar, but it's affordable. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, my handle, by the way, that's Majin, DASSMAJIN. Anywhere you're gonna find me. What's your ad? Where they gonna find you at?
And for Instagram, it's boy.q. And for my podcast, it's The Wave Talk Podcast.
All right, and I think yours is TRE_in focus. All right, TRE_INFOCUS if you don't know how to spell in focus. But I guess we just go get straight into it. What we want to talk about first? I know we got a list of topics. Well, it ain't really a long list of topics.
I mean,
but
honestly, I kind of want to get into the funny situation. This Kendrick Lamar shit. You know.
Okay. We were supposed to film we were supposed to film at least a test last month, and then the first episode was supposed to be shot last week, but we've missed a lot, but we've been keeping up with everything. That's one of the biggest disadvantages of just being a podcast, but not being able to control. I live on one side of a bridge. They live on the other side of the bridge. So getting, linking up is always going to be a mission. So we've missed a lot. We've been covering this since the middle of the beef that happened that is now over.
Tight.
Shout out Kendrick, shout out Drake. Y'all ain't never gonna hear this, but shout out y'all.
P. Drizzy.
I do have that down at the top. Is Kenny versus P. Drizzy. That's now that we seen what Puff was,
Hey.
I recant that. That's my bad. That's my. I
Hey,
apologize wholeheartedly. But let's see. To me, that was probably the most entertaining hip hop beef that I've ever witnessed in my life.
Better than the Drake and Meek Mill and Drake and Pusha T.
Much better than Meek and Drake.
Yeah.
Very consistent. We literally got 5. Well, I go by 4 songs. I know everyone starts with Like That. I don't start with Like That. I think that's the point where somebody got hit, but I don't think that's where the fight started. So I start at push-ups and then go on from there. Because if you started like that, then that means you got to start a first-person shooter. And to me, that's not fair.
I mean,
like,
I started at first-person shooter, then it's like that.
But then if you start at first-person shooter, you got to go back to either Red Button or Stories About My Brother.
I'm talking about like more of the shit like this year. You know what I'm saying? Only so because.
But on Stories About My Brother, he shot at Kendrick.
At the end of the day, I ain't really listen to that shit. I'm keeping it a buck.
That's why I start specifically with, okay, you. I'm all right, we got to do this now, because it's real easy to pinpoint or pick apart where everyone started sending shots at each other. I'd rather just go where everybody was direct. And shout out to Drake. Drake was the first person that said, okay, I'm going to give you a whole song.
Yeah. Can you
That was-
base a diss off a side feature?
I mean, technically you can, because I mean it's been done like that in the 90s before. It's been like that in the early 2000s.
That's facts. It's been like that since time been timing.
So it's just like, I mean, if I got the opportunity to be on somebody's song, I got some shit to say. Hell yeah, I'm like, I hate the way you dress and the way you talk. Own that one song, then continue with.
But you couldn't do it on your own track. That's what.
I mean, he technically did though, and then made a banger, a summer anthem.
Yeah, he did. He did that. And I still think the best song out of the whole back and forth would be Like That. I think Like That is clearly the best song that has come out of all of that. But that was for the intent to be a song. You want the intent to be a whole diss record.
I think Meet the Grams is the best.
I think it's the best. It would be the best album cut. Like if you were to put it on the album, that would be the best album song. But if you take a single off an album, Like That to me is better in the club.
Oh yeah,
Like That to me is better outside. Like, I mean, and it's overall a great record. We can't discount Future's contribution.
Versus not like Gus, I don't know, because I mean, Future is an artist. He good. You know what I mean? I'm not taking that away from him. He is versatile for a southern rapper, but it's more so you let Kendrick almost do what he did to Big Sean on your track.
Yeah, but the worst part about being Big Sean in that instance is he's supposed to be lyrical.
Yeah.
Future's supposed to make a great song in which his verses contributed to a great song, and the hook.
He always gonna get out rap is what you said.
Yeah.
Pretty much
okay.
because if I'm looking to be the best artist on the record, there are going to be areas where I won't excel in that you will, and then there'll be areas I'm gonna excel in. Like the hook makes the whole song for Like That. Not Like Us is a good hook because we loved hearing how petty that whole song was, but but if you but just the whole hook for Like That, he might have had the same demeanor as Kendrick on Not Like Us, but the hook for Like That is much better. The beat for the song to me is much better too.
Because it's more catchy.
Yeah, and his delivery of it to me was better too. Just as far as making a hook for a record, because as an artist, that is a whole different art form within itself. Making a hook that can draw a song together, because there's a lot of niggas who can spit bar after bar after bar, and then when they get to the hook, it's some bullshit.
Not gonna lie, I mean, now that you talking about the shit, I'm basically hearing that Future was a better tag team partner than J. Cole in this situation.
For sure, for sure.
Oh
Because
my God, bro.
and if we look at it, like sometimes if you play 2-on-2 in basketball, right, you put the two best players against the two players with the most chemistry. The players with the chemistry is probably going to end up getting the best players until they need their skill 100%.
I mean, but both of them got chemistry though. It's more so who got, like you said, in a way, who got the better chemistry. And on Like That, it did sound like Future and Kendrick.
Future sounds like a better point guard
Yeah.
than Drake or Cole could be. You got a point guard and a center versus a shooting guard and a small forward.
I'm about to say, yeah,
you know what I'm
'cause
saying?
at least all a
That
power
pick
forward.
and roll with Kendrick and Future was bananas. But then we can't act like Cole and Drake ain't put up 20 in 2 quarters apiece.
Yeah, but I mean, but I feel
they
like
was killing.
I feel like what fucked it up was when J. Cole. I told people this also. Yeah, I didn't like the fact that he deleted it, but he did make a fucking mixtape called "Might Delete Later." So what I put
And that tape was hard too.
I put the shit that he put for 7 Minute Drill as like that because both of them weren't really meant to diss somebody. It was just to be put out as a song. So I put those as the same caliber.
For 7 Minute Drill?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, even though it was J. Cole by himself, it wasn't the best J. Cole response. It still was like memorable. Like niggas didn't want that song to be deleted type shit.
Well, yeah. And niggas didn't want it to be deleted because we wanted to see how J. Cole would respond to the response to that song. Because if anybody know J. Cole, 7 Minute Drill was not it.
Yeah, like he did better responses, but I'm saying far as like this era and phase, it was good enough to get the crowd rocking. Just like with Kendrick Lamar on Like That.
It was good enough for Twitter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was good enough for niggas
X,
to be like,
my bad,
okay,
X.
all right, we got something to type about. You know what I'm
Pretty
saying?
much, yeah. You're right.
But like,
You're right.
then go into like the whole dialogue of the fucking battle, or not battle, of the war against them two itself. Fuck the tag team now. Fuck the partners. It's
Right.
just not Cole, but Kendrick and Drake. Looking at it, I feel like Kendrick started off slow, which was smart, and I think Drake started out too fast.
For sure.
Cause the song "Push Up," like we said in person, I really didn't like the fact that he was telling a grown man, "Drop it, give me 50. Drop it, give me 50," like in a zesty ass way. So that fucked me up. But I get the playing field because he is a zesty ass nigga. He's like that. I want to say he's like the Shawn Michaels of rapping, and you got Kendrick. In my eyes, is like the Sting of rapping in a way because
I can see that.
if you fuck with him, you can get fucked up.
I can see that.
But he can also get fucked up and take the damage and then come back like shit ain't happened. You know, with Shawn Michaels, it's more so, oh, let me take a break. You know, I'm going on vacation. You know, hurt my back type shit. Then he come back and say some hot shit.
That's
or do
fair.
some shit. So I feel like if Drake would have kept the same momentum that he did with Family Matters, then it would have been a different conversation.
To me, he did, but it sounded like he recorded push-ups and Family Matters in the same studio session. That was one of the bigger problems that I had because Family Matters was a further elaboration on what he just did on push-ups. Because if you take the 3 beats,
It was
they
a
all
sequel.
sound like 3 different songs in which the purpose for the song is supposed to be different.
Mm-hmm.
The first beat, of course, was the extension of the second record, but what, mosquito in this one?
You can't, bro.
Wasn't it you on camera just swiping at spirits, nigga?
Shit, they got some bloodsuckers in here. I ain't trying to get killed by a mosquito. Bro. You good?
But it sounded like Family Matters wasn't the same credit that I gave him for doing push-ups because the whole 20v1 thing I felt like was a little overblown. Oh, you got 20 people. If Kendrick was the only person Drake responded to, nobody would have been mad. Like, Ross responded with a whole record, and Drake gave him maybe 5 lines after that.
I was about to say he gave him 2 bars.
And we was cool with it. So therefore, if he didn't give him no bars, we would have been cool with it. Like, for real. Nobody expected Drake to give Ross a whole record. Nobody expected Drake to give The Weeknd a whole record. And Drake clearly stated he was hurt by beefing with Future. So, like, the only person we really wanted him to respond to that he should have took as serious as he did the whole field was Kendrick. The 20v1 shit got overblown, but it was fly when he first did it. Okay, damn, he just dissed 7 niggas, and he cleaned the whole slate, except for 1 nigga, but that's fine. He still hit everybody. And then in Family Matters, he just did the same shit again.
But that's why I hear that, and I think a lot of people say Drake won because of that. And I don't really say, I say Drake lost, but not in the way that everybody's making it seem like.
He fought 7 battles and won 6.
Yeah.
So shout out Drake for winning 6 battles, but the one everyone was watching, you won every battle in the tournament and lost in the finals.
Basically, and you lost. You lost because you didn't time it properly. You lost because you was on your light skin shit and wanted to be zesty too much. And also, dead ass, like, you had the right setup for the hard part six. You just didn't have the right bars for the hard part six. Because he pulled a Young Thug on Lil Wayne. But just like how Young Thug tried to do shit to Lil Wayne, it didn't execute well. You know what I mean?
That the explaining yourself bars, there is never a time where you gonna say something? We gonna have to turn you on. Pause.
Right. So pause. We got the
Big pause.
We got our cameraman wanting to add something to this real quick.
So I'm gonna jump in. So I'm a fan of the Family Matters. As far as the bars, I can understand they were delivered, but I didn't
Talking
like
to the side of the joint.
I didn't like the character Kendrick was portraying. So I felt like I got more character than actual just straight bars. If we all came straight dissing and came the way he came way back when on the Cypher,
Pause.
that's what I would have. You funny.
All right, I'm not gonna play the pause game. I ain't Cam. I'm not finna do that too much. It's only gonna be if it's flagrant. I'm not gonna do it every time. My bad.
Yeah, that's when it was, kept real in the Cypher. That's the realest I've seen Kendrick and what was it? What was that other diss track?
What, Control?
Yeah,
it was Control.
And I don't know if
that's straight bars for me.
I wouldn't consider Control a diss record. I consider Control a nigga walking into a club and saying, "I'll slap anybody in this bitch."
And whoever responds is
and there was somebody on the record that he called out who responded, but he wouldn't apologize too. Shout out Jay Electronica.
I ain't gonna lie, we never gonna get on that. But back to what you were saying, for real. If you want to be technical, both of them was in character mode. You know what I mean? This shit was like WWE for them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like they knew
the under joint.
Scripted. They knew all this shit was scripted for
and
real.
then turn it straight.
Straight
Boom,
up,
bend the joint straight.
Yeah.
We doing the edits live. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something now.
No, I'm listening. I'm taking it.
Turn it around.
But basically, at the end of the day, all I gotta say is this
See how it's
nigga
lined up?
Kendrick Lamar.
Don't talk it to the line. There you go.
This nigga Kendrick Lamar he dropped like 30 in like 2 quarters.
He did.
And I feel like Drake dropped like 25 with 2 assists in 2 quarters, and it was a close game, but he just lost. It was type shit. It wasn't like my boy got blown out, hang up his jersey. Go back in the lab. My nigga.
Anybody saying Drake got destroyed, I think is low key just hating on Drake's output.
Yeah.
The same way that everybody's gonna do now with anything that he drops that's not woke and conscious for some apparent reason. I don't know what the hell that's about. What Tre pointed out is a common issue that a lot of people had with Kendrick as an artist beforehand. It was amazing rap ability.
Just didn't drop that.
But no, not really. Because if you look at Kendrick's track record, he do have an album out for about every year and a half or so.
Yeah.
It was just
he took a hiatus. Like
he took that one hiatus.
2. It was 2 because he took a hiatus after he dropped To Pimp a Butterfly. Then he took a hiatus. He took a year and a half hiatus. Then he took 4 to 5 years. Then he took another.
Is a year and a half that long though when you Kendrick?
Technically.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bro.
I think Drake has spoiled everybody to frequent drops because Beyonce dropped her last album when?
I don't care.
And we don't consider that a hiatus, and she's the biggest star in the world.
To them.
She's one of the biggest stars in the world.
To them, not to me.
Beyonce is one of the biggest stars in the world, but I'm just saying in the world generally.
They claiming Taylor Swift in that game.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like if you want to be for real, like no.
I see what you're saying, but
not everything is trendy, bro.
Beyonce, and no, I'm saying I think Drake is an outlier for quantity of drops.
Yeah, I get that.
Because anybody else who drops as much as Drake, which Drake has been kind of doing, they water themselves down.
Yeah, and I don't care for Drake that much.
And Kendrick dropped consistently for a certain period. He dropped almost as equally as Cole. Except I think he might have dropped more than Cole because
Cole dropped a little bit more than him.
Because we talk about Section 80, we talk about Untitled, which I know certain people don't count. To Pimp a Butterfly, then you got Damn, then you got Good Kid, Mad City. Shit, the nigga did the Black Panther soundtrack too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
so that's six albums.
But that wasn't his though. Like, same as niggas said, J. Cole did.
No, that was his album.
That's what I'm saying. When niggas did the Dreamville shit with J. Cole, niggas was like, well, he was only doing that to put his artists on. That's the same shit that Kendrick Lamar did. He put more artists on the Black Panther shit, and it was still classified as his. So they dropped. If you want to say they dropped the same amount, or one dropped more than the other, that's the same field.
I say you're doing a little low.
Because I'm on the side.
You want to say something else?
Say something else.
All right, you good.
Yeah, I was on the side.
But yeah, again, that the Black Panther soundtrack was a Kendrick project, and he kind of presented TDE. If the Dreamville joint was more like J. Cole presents Dreamville, I get it. But even still, I'll give J. Cole the Dreamville shit. Even if you still pull up the quantities of albums that they was dropping, of course you include mixtapes from Cole. You can't not include mixtapes from Cole.
And not mixtapes from Kendrick either.
But then if you include those things, the only large gap that we had in between albums was between Damn and Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. That was the only real large gap that we had, because a year for Kendrick music, it's not really that long. 2 years, all right, you pushing it.
I feel like 2 years is okay. Like, I'm fine with him going 2 years, but when he went like 5 years, that's not cool.
Yeah, but that was once.
He done it before. I think he done it before.
Nah.
No, I'm thinking about my favorite artist and Schoolboy Q. My bad.
Who your favorite artist?
Schoolboy Q. He done that shit plenty of times. And I
yeah.
get mad when he do that shit too. But when he dropped this shit, it made sense though. You know what I mean?
Shit was fire. That shit was amazing. Like, I really liked that album.
I think it's best album of the year. Not gonna
okay.
At least. But
I don't disagree.
To go on the next topic.
No. Let's line it up track for track to see how we feel. Let's line it up track for track. So we got, to me, Push Ups versus Euphoria is the matchup.
Yeah.
So what we got on that one?
I got Euphoria by 1 point, like over it.
What you got, Trey?
I bow out.
I guess it.
I'm about to say, you go ahead and click that one off. I got Push Ups.
Okay.
I got Push Ups by 1 point.
Okay.
I got Push Ups it wasn't by much, but to me the boost was the first trick of, I'm putting Kendrick in here with all these other artists, and I'm going to slap all these niggas.
Now, when it comes to Family Matters versus Meet the Grams, I got Family Matters.
I got Meet the Grams. I got Meet the Grams only because of strategy.
Like, yeah, I get that.
Because I think if he would have let Family Matters rock for 24 to 48 hours, it would have been very difficult to deny everything that Drake just did. But the fact that he dropped it an hour later, to me, that does matter in the impact of the song. And yeah, that was the biggest reason, and it was a really great song. So, and I know everyone focuses on he's hiding the daughter part, and he was lying on that part. There was 3 other verses where he said so much more shit than he's hiding.
Basically, he said,
and he didn't even call him a pedophile in that song. So like there was so much more shit that he got into, breaking him down as a person that would have been dope if Drake did it, but it's Kendrick, so it wasn't boppy, whatever.
So my question is predetermined in how much they release. So say Drake with Family Matters released those separately versus Kendrick, who may have had that predetermined and written and just decided, he dropped that, now I'm gonna release this rather than.
Yeah, I think that was what was happening in the whole beef. I don't think he recorded Euphoria recently. I think he already had all of the records that he did in the tuck, and he made adjustments and tweaks to them. To other people, that might be a negative thing. To me, it plays into the genius of the artist, because how do you walk into a trap that I've had set for months?
Also, I want to say some shit like, far as like with that. I understand, like, if he would have broke it into 3 actual songs and dropped them that way and gave them just different titles,
that would have been crazy.
But I also see the geniusness behind it. far as like, each minute was a minute or two. So it's like I might as well make this like how Kendrick Lamar did with either I think Euphoria or Meet the Grams, where one of them songs was like 5-6 minutes long, some shit like that.
Yeah.
So
I think
I get
Euphoria
that.
was 5 minutes and change.
Yeah, so it's like I get that aspect. You know what I'm saying? Far as like the tactics behind it, I understand why you chose Meet the Grams, but far as like how it was executed, it was a hit song. It was lyrical in a way. It hit the topic that he needed to hit,
Yep.
and he got a rise out the nigga. You know what I'm saying? It made this nigga Kendrick Lamar be like, okay, now I'm gonna drop Not Like Us. Now I gotta drop Not Like Us, cause you want to do 3 parts to a song. Okay, I bet.
I get what you're saying. I still don't think when you consider getting a rise out of, I think what you said applies, but I think it's flipped. I think everything that Kendrick did got a rise out of Drake.
Yeah, both of them was going. It was like a back and forth.
Because it's
but-
like, how can you say you got a rise out of somebody when this nigga ain't do shit but hit public on the video?
But I mean, Drake was like, bro, you beat your wife, and the reason why.
Yeah,
but I mean,
And Kendrick was like, oh, that's what he said?
yeah,
public.
basically. Public. Oh, you said I'm a woman beater? Bet.
Public, okay.
But like the all be all, I say, what goes to Kendrick is the fact that it's literally 2-1 as far as the tracks, because like I said, the Heart Part 6 was ass in my opinion.
I agree.
The title was nice, the execution could have been better, but the overall purpose of it was ass. And you hear it Not Like Us, you still hearing Not Like Us.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like that's what I'm
For
saying.
sure.
So it was a clear 2-1 edge at Kendrick. So yeah.
Well, I got 4 rounds because I know people say, well, I don't count it because it got deleted.
No, nigga.
We gonna be real. The Taylor Made Freestyle versus 616 in LA still exists. Cause
I don't like that shit. That shit was ass.
what, Taylor Made?
Taylor Made was ass to me. Yeah, I said it.
I didn't think it
Sue
was
me.
ass because I thought it was so creative to the point to where I couldn't call it ass, because at some point in time, a person's mind and how their mind thinks and operates does come into play on how I receive art. So that played 30% because it only can go but so far. Sometimes you niggas mind work cool, but y'all niggas be ass. Sometimes y'all niggas mind work cool, but y'all niggas be ass.
Like,
okay, cool.
I'm just making that to be known.
I just want that to be
Yeah.
clear. Sometimes y'all niggas mind work cool, but y'all niggas, I'm looking at all the cameras. Y'all niggas be ass with great ideas, so y'all ideas look ass when y'all deliver y'all ideas.
And that's why I said it was bad, because at the end of the day,
You
I
think
feel like-
you think the ass outweighed the creativity?
Yes, bro. Like that shit was bad.
I respect it.
Like, bro, like I'm saying that shit was bad. Like even the shit that he did on that album that he called a playlist, that shit was better than that, bro.
Well, honestly, never mind.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like,
The worst part about the album was him. I loved the music on the album. I'm not even gonna hold you. The beats on the album was fire. I was just hearing him over it. That shit
Like,
was,
bro, like be for real. And it's not even to hate on nobody. It's like I'm an artist as well. So it's like
Right.
a fucking AI of Tupac's voice, and you didn't even execute it well. And then you try to use Snoop Dogg voice. It's like, bro, no. Like I like how J. Cole did it with the mixtape, because he had Absol on his shit. It's like, nigga, if I wanted to let you know you could be touched, you could be touched.
Pie was crazy.
Like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Pie
saying. Like,
was crazy.
That would be more strategic and smart. You got somebody from his camp over on your side. Basically how Kendrick Lamar did to Drake. That's why I like make it even. It's a 3-1. All right. 3-1.
Yeah, because 616 in LA, I think that was my favorite track.
That was a vibe track. I could smoke and relax to that track.
And hearing that level of lyricism to me was the highest level of lyricism that was reached in the beef. Just based off of if we viewing these two MCs as lyrical MCs. Because let's not get it fucked up. Drake at his peak is a lyrical MC. Y'all niggas could have the ghostwriting shit and all the other shit, but when Drake put a timestamp on some shit, even though he ain't did it recently, when Drake put a timestamp on some shit, he raps.
Yeah, he
Whenever he get irritated with one of you niggas, he raps. That second beat on Family Matters,
He was snapping. Hey, Kendrick just running his mouth.
nah, that third one, that was crazy.
That was third. My bad.
Now,
But that shit started harder.
that third one,
Yeah.
the second one, the flow, the pocket that he found on that second one, I was like, yo, if this was a Drake that niggas got once every 8 months or so,
Niggas would say he lyrical.
this is a scary nigga,
niggas
bro.
Would respect his lyrical ability. Put it like that.
And I do respect how he, even within that, still found different pockets to go. But Kendrick is now in an extraterrestrial category when it comes to making music, because I don't think this beef did it, but the fact that he did the unthinkable, which to me wasn't so unthinkable, but even his loss to Push, it wasn't as significant as a loss as everyone tried to make it out to be. He bounced right back.
Yeah, because I mean, only thing he did was he made a response. Pusha made another response, and this nigga Drake just said, "Okay,
Yeah,
all right, that's it." Like, y'all know I got a child. What do you fucking do?
And
That's
then
all he did. He made
I
it seem
think
like so
Drake
small.
Push making Drake apologize on social media platforms, making him go on a podcast and talk about, that was a different level of victory that we never seen anybody have against Drake. And now this, I mean, this was somebody keeping up with Drake's pace and also still delivering punches with Drake. And on Drake's strongest punch, he literally hit him back just as hard as soon as he punched him. That was the scariest part about it. If you drop Meet the Grams a week after Family Matters, we might not care as much about that record. It was like hitting a nigga with a knockout punch, and right when you thought he was asleep, you feel a fist hit your jaw. Like, damn, what? But I think 3-1 is a fair score. If you go from Euphoria versus Push-Ups, I got Push-Ups. If you go 616 LA versus Taylor Made, I got 616. If you got Family Matters versus Meet the Grams, I pick Meet the Grams. And I still think that's close. And Not Like Us clearly, if it was close, even up until that point, this was the fourth quarter of the game where they both could have been tied, and Kendrick dropped 40 in the quarter and Drake dropped 10. So even if it's 2-2, one person won one round by so much, the beef is over. And the fact that he came back and everyone was like, nah, bro, this ain't it, and Kendrick just didn't have to drop no more. All right. The track was so ass you had to bow to the beef. And you said I'm too famous to be a pedophile?
Nigga, almost
what?
all the famous people.
I'm too famous for
Hollywood
sexual
is
abuse?
Fucking a pedophile, all of that.
We
bruh.
just seen R. Kelly. We just seen
Nah, Diddy.
Diddy. We done seen Russell Simmons get some wild accusations. We done seen so many rich, famous, and prominent people. You think...
You done seen Trey Songz, not Usher, but Chris Brown. A lot of these
I'm about to
niggas.
say Chris Brown, his shit happened 2 decades ago just about...
And he still beat a lot of the cases, but they still...
Oh, wait, no, it wasn't 2 decades ago. It was over a decade ago, and we still... And people still have the same hate and vitriol towards him that they feel Rihanna should have towards him, and Rihanna forgave him mad long ago, as well as... I ain't gonna get too much into that. But
Even now with that story, that shit is unraveling with more details that Rihanna was the one that...
oh yeah, we ain't got to get into none of that. We ain't got to get into that. We ain't got to get into that. I'm really, really trying to keep it PG. I'm really trying to be PC.
All right, but next we want to get on this goddamn topic of the dancing with the devil cult shit.
Dance with the devil.
Well, dancing for the devil cult. 7M. We watched, not together, of course, but we watched the shit separately.
It's
And,
Pride Month, so if we watch it together, fuck y'all.
but I want to pause.
Be progressive, nigga. Be
But
progressive.
What I want to say is,
Ain't nothing have to go on, nigga. Be progressive. The fuck?
stop listening to
So
this.
that's the problem with everybody now. Everybody minding the gutter about the wrong shit.
This is the epitome of A$AP Rocky.
We all have Wi-Fi, my
and
nigga.
Tyler the Creator's fucking friendship. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. I ain't never accused you of cuddling with me, nigga. Don't do that. Nigga, you see how wide this couch is? You could watch the same documentary I watch on this big ass TV, nigga. Nigga try to play me.
About to say, even how the camera is now, niggas know we are spaced
Nigga,
apart.
I am way in the corner. He in the middle trying to man, whatever.
Hey, yo, chill out.
He trying to be progressive on this podcast, nigga.
I'm trying to see what the camera
Nigga,
is.
Pride Month, I respect it though. Pink Cat, I respect it. You
This
feel me?
nigga here, bro.
But yeah, you go ahead and start off, because if I start off with what I'm gonna say, I'm gonna ruin some shit. So
only thing I got to say is, we follow the same people. All right, so a lot of this shit was already told to us in a different way. It's just the fact that it came out on Netflix. It's the funny thing about it.
Facts. Number 1 on Netflix for a little bit.
Number 1 is funny. It's
crazy.
2 is like
Good on recording time.
2 is like we know
Good on recording.
some people. We know some people that's like associated with a lot of people in that film,
Facts.
or have either met those people in person before they got acquainted with that cult. So it's funny
Facts.
to see how some people get wrapped up in that shit. And from a personal standpoint, I just don't see how you can let somebody that you don't know tell you what to do, how to do it, tell you can't leave your place, tell you can't talk to your family, basically persuading you to be a puppet, and you fine with being a puppet because you're getting like $2 a week, basically. That
nigga said $2 a week.
Like, that's what they was getting paid. $2,
them
$30 a week is crazy.
Them niggas was getting more bread than that. We ain't even go cap. Niggas was getting a bit more, because if you look at the endorsements niggas was getting Nike. Niggas was getting car commercials and shit like that.
But he was taking that.
Now, he was taking it, but if you take 70% of an $80,000 gig, you gonna make rent?
I mean, you gonna make rent, but you're not gonna
And
live like you
your
want.
rent, your rent is $2,000 in a mansion in LA. In LA,
Okay, I hear that, bro.
$2,000.
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm a few hundred away from $2,000 in this motherfucker, bro. Bro, Virginia is not what it used to be, nigga. But what I'm saying is, yeah, I ain't gonna go with he took all their money shit because them niggas was eating. And you could see it just in...
Yeah, that was eating.
They was eating.
But he was
There was some moments where he was going a little crazy.
But yeah, but I'm saying
he was going a little crazy.
You can tell niggas was taking... Well, he was taking their money.
Because one time that nigga said 90%. I said, damn.
Bro, what? Like, you saw the expenses? You was like, hold on. Why he's taking money for this?
Before tax.
Before tax is crazy.
Hey, before tax.
You get tax before tax is crazy, bro.
Oh, shit.
He said, yeah, this is a tax and a gratuity. Like,
shout out, cuz. What was shout out, bro.
Bro, he was a pimp for
what's
sure,
his name?
Bro.
Shin, whatever the hell his
That's
name
pimp
was.
activity, my nigga. Like, I don't care what
Tien
nobody says.
Shinhan, that was that nigga name. Shout out him.
He's a unisex pimp. That's what he was, bro. Like
that's pretty. That is pretty much how he was treating them 7 them niggas. No bullshit.
Like, for real. And my thing is, the people that left, I'm glad they did leave, but they don't look like they left in a way.
I feel what you're saying.
Yeah, they got the ability to walk away, but they still like rooting the benefits from it.
Yeah.
Like, they still being able to tour with certain people because they was working with this one nigga. And the fact they left as a society or whatever, they still getting that opportunity with those people that's probably connected.
I get what you're saying.
That nigga. So it's like they still didn't leave. Like, only thing they did leave was like the playground, but they still are in that city.
It's like if you get a connection from working with the KKK, and you still maintain a connection, but you say you ain't a part of it no more. It's like
You associate. Like,
we can't forget how you got that,
yeah,
bro.
like that's the thing that's crazy about stuff that happens with this. It's like you say, yeah, bro, I was in a cult. You know what I mean? I had to sacrifice myself. Do what I needed to do to get my money, and I got it. But once things didn't go my way, and I saw how they was really maneuvering, I decided to leave. But it's like, hold on, they show you that within like the first 15 minutes of you meeting them. Now it's a want. Now you're blind because you just want the money. So it's like, you can't be that green. If you're that green, you're going to become a part of these type of things.
I agree.
But if you're not green,
Especially in California.
yeah, but if you're not green and you actually paying attention to the shit that's going on, then yeah, it's going to hit you different. Like, I need to move away from this. That's how I was watching it. Like, bro, he's asking you to stay away from your family. Like, come on, bro. That's like your boss saying you can't go to your family tonight.
All right, so boom. That's the first episode. Did you see the next 2?
Yeah, I saw all
To me, the meat and potatoes of the show was that second episode. How did you feel about that second episode?
Mainly because I'm not gonna lie, I fell asleep towards the end of the second episode.
All right.
What I do understand is once he did like allow them,
My apologies, Trey.
allow
That
them,
is for you, by the way.
once he did,
On there, that's for you, by the way.
once he did allow them to have communication with their family, it was like, bro, I don't know what I was watching anymore. Like I said, I don't know what I was watching. I just felt more of like, y'all grown, make the decision for your fucking self. Like, if you that desperate for some money, then you gonna keep doing what he telling you. But if you're not that desperate, then you gonna move away from the shit.
Are you saying that under the premise that they like 25 plus, or if they like freshly adults?
Like, if you 25 plus, yeah. But if you like fresh, like you come a fresh adult, I understand you gonna get tricked with some shit. Because I didn't work with some people that I didn't know were scammers. And then once I found out they were scammers, I stopped fucking with them.
Type
And then,
shit.
Like, years later, they got arrested.
Type shit.
So, like, I saw the outcome before it happened. But if you not that wise and aware of your surroundings, then, of course, you're going to land in that shit and be in that shit for years. And then once they get to a point where you want to leave, you're going to get locked up. Or your bank account could be on zero. It always worked that way.
That's true. You ain't lying.
I ain't mean to do
And
that.
now you good because I'm finna go crazy. You good. The third episode to me was like a episode to just kind of round it all together. It wasn't really the most. It was an attempt to reconnect the star cast from the first episode into the rest of it, because we can't just abandon how we introduced the Aubrey nigga and every. We can't abandon all of them, so we got to bring them back for the third episode, since we didn't really give a fuck about none of them in the second episode. We was really focusing on the two Asian women who one dodged it and one ended up succumbing to what happened.
Yeah, I saw that part.
Yeah, because that part was crazy. That part,
She still blamed dude, though.
that part I could believe, because taking somebody from a totally different culture and trying to sell them on something that's not of Asian culture, like, let's be real, all of this was a reflection of someone trying to stereotypically mimic what they saw from Black Baptist churches.
Yeah.
That's all that was. So if you selling that to somebody who's not of the culture to understand what they be doing, then I could see how you could take someone from Korea and bring them over here and then sell them on fear and have them believe that as someone who's seen it over here and use that to manipulate somebody from over there. I get it. I can understand that.
Yeah.
25 years was crazy. 25 years was crazy, but if you doing that from somebody who was 21 from South Korea when they first came to America, I understand. 25 years ago was a different time. I know what military niggas was doing 25 years ago. We're going to leave that alone, though. Right. So, we're going to leave that alone, though. But, okay. All right. I'm going to have to get comfortable for this one. I have a different connection to the documentary because my brother Verse, shout out Trail Buddhist. I think he had some involvement with some of the detailing that went on in the documentary, and I think he probably gave some great information to them. I'm going to be totally honest. The first episode made me feel like, you remember the live video that happened in 2022?
Yeah.
I watched it.
Yeah.
I wasn't in the live, but I watched it after it got posted.
Yeah.
The first episode made me feel like that live stream
What's a part of it?
was a marketing strategy to sell the Netflix documentary. It was just an assistance with the rollout of the actual docuseries. Now, if we look at this docuseries, did anybody see the Vince Staples show?
Yeah.
This docuseries looked like it had the same fucking budget as the Vince Staples show. And I love the Vince Staples show. So if anybody sees that, the first thing that I saw in the first episode was these motherfuckers had a dance studio room in their house.
Yeah.
If we know anything about how expensive it is to put together a dance studio, the hardwood floors, the cushions under the floor so that way the floor is not too hard for dancers to land on, the ceiling to floor mirrors, the bars coming out of the walls, just being able to afford all of those things. I think it might have been, when a bar got broke, I think it might have been $175 to fix a broken bar in a dance studio where, shout out to Garage Wars, where a bar had been broken in the dance studio, and I think that was $75 or $175. It was one of those two. And that was just to fix the bar that got snapped in half. And it was just for that one bar. So we talking about somebody who was able to afford all of that and make a whole room out of it. And they've been in competitions and traveling since they was young.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, these people got money. As soon as I saw that in the house, I was like, oh, these niggas got money. Okay, cool. Not they just found money. They been had money.
Yeah.
So then I see how many things they were able to be a part of as kids, and you look at how dope it was, the fact that they were both together doing it, her and her sister.
Yeah.
They got a channel together.
Yeah, I saw that.
One sister leaves,
You know, other sister don't.
and one start popping.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one start popping, and it's like, I think automatically when you see all the comments asking where this sister is, these ratings are dropping, hers are going up. So regardless of how consistent you stay over here, they do seem a bit more focused on your sister than they do on you.
Yeah.
So that was one part of it that sold that, because to me, the Asian chicks that were behind the documentary used them as a front to be able to sell it and probably be able to shoulder some of the budget by selling them what they went through.
Yeah, because honestly, like before we were seeing like in the dance community what was going on in Crump,
Yep.
a lot of people was talking about them.
Facts. That was
I
the
ain't gonna hold
only
you.
people they was talking about.
There was a lot of people was talking about them before this shit came out in the Crump community. Because I remember my girl telling me this, and then I remember at work when I was working at Domino's, they was talking about this shit too. As far as like one sister just disappeared and she just mad at her family, so she disappeared and this, that, and the third. Just coming up with all these stories and shit. I'm just like, oh, okay. I mean, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Then I saw the shit that what happened in Crump. So the fact that ironically connected to the Crump shit, it just makes it funny because we already seen this happen.
Facts.
We already know this information.
The whole Christ up era ended up being used as cult like behavior.
Yeah.
Which is why when I see in Concrete in the documentary
That fucked me
talking
up a little
about
bit.
we never been through anything. There was a whole Christ up era that niggas was a part of where niggas was using the word of God to get pussy. Niggas was using it to get money from people. Like there's people out in VA. Shout out to my brother. Shout out to my brother Kelvin, son Okage. There's people who've been here who've seen how people use God to manipulate and get whatever they wanted, because we've seen that in the Baptist church from in and out. When that collection plate get passed around, as kids we used to see in ones and fives and shit. But if you was perceptive,
It was 20s,
there was
100s.
money orders and checks
Yeah.
in that bitch.
Big ass money orders in that motherfucker.
Like they was really in there, give it to the church, and we see Pastor get a new car. We see Pastor get a couple new speakers in the church, but he gonna get a new car first.
Like, yeah,
He
like
gonna get
that's
a new
the thing
crib.
that fucked me up. It's like you'll see the stuff that's not needed going to the people that wants the shit, but
Facts.
the stuff that is needed for the actual building or for the community is not being
That
put
get
towards.
put on the back burner for a little bit. They get to it, but and of course we speaking for the people that this applies to. We not speaking for all churches and all religions and so on and so forth. If you think so, suck my dick. So yeah, so basically that me seeing that it was shocking to me, because we've seen this sort of behavior before.
Yeah.
The only thing that wasn't involved was how much money was involved.
Yeah.
So you ignored the behavior because you seen that before, but you didn't see that money before.
Yeah.
So we signed up for this. Cool. Now, I'm going to get back to this family. What it started looking like was the dude that they were accusing, I think his name is Robert Shin. It looked like he's in cahoots with how this documentary is working. To me, that's what it looked like, because everything is centered on trying to make him look a certain way. All of those quote unquote audios from the churches don't sound like real audios from churches. It sounds like 6 niggas in a studio booth saying shit into a microphone. It all sounds like some sort of pyramid scheme. Focus on the top while also giving love to the people directly under it. But the main focus is this person at the top.
Yeah.
Robert Shin is at the top of it. The white family was in the borders right under it. And I think when you look at it that way, you can look at the whole documentary sideways. This doesn't invalidate their particular experiences, because, like I said, I think what those 2 women, I forgot their names. I apologize for forgetting y'all names. The 2 women that were dealing with the rape and the sexual assaults and those things.
Yeah, that was actually victims.
Those people were the focal point, and everyone else was the marketing strategy.
Yeah, like I feel like they made the people that was actually in the occult, dancing occult, was just
Like,
Yeah,
can't
you got
talk about
1.6 million followers, and you just happen to be in cahoots with the person that did this to me. So I'll take it back. If Robert Shin is not the main person involved, and it's just them two, then them two used everyone else as a marketing ploy
just
for
like,
this,
You know what I mean? The dude
just to
did.
shed light on this real shit.
So I mean, I see it as like the victims being able to expose this nigga the best way they
We straight?
could.
All right.
Being able to expose him the best way they could, and then also, I feel like with the people that was in the dancing cult, they didn't want to say too much because they didn't want to make themselves look bad. But I did see how the two Asian ladies was able to just say what they want and how they wanted to.
Because I still don't view it as a cult. I'm not even gonna hold you. I view it as a management company with horrible splits, because the 7M management company got y'all gigs, it got y'all's views, it got y'all more followers and more attention, and all these other things, and there's still niggas a part of it. Oz didn't. I'm pretty sure Oz is still a part of this shit.
Yeah, he's still part of it. You can tell by the way he talk.
B Dash ain't denounce it. So like in the other shorty,
She's still with the dude.
right? She's still a part of it. So I look at it as the management company where we're gonna take horrible splits up front, and we hoping to get more on the back end, and we learning about God in the process, because the person in charge of the company is a quote unquote a man of God. So if y'all accepted that for the bag, that is what y'all accepted as grown ass men and women. Period. That is what y'all accepted as grown ass men and women. The bigger part that I also noticed, are there any y'all or either one of y'all football fans?
Yeah, I like the Steelers.
Steelers.
That's crazy. So, are y'all familiar with the Chargers roster a little bit, or what formerly was the Chargers roster? They had a running back by the name of Austin Eckler. I don't know if y'all heard of him, but he's a star running back in the NFL. He has something to do with his documentary. Do you know what he has to do with his documentary?
What?
He's married to the daughter that was doing her monologue for the show, the white daughter.
Telling her sister. Oh wow. that's
He's
crazy.
married to the sister.
So the
because
sister probably-
they showed pictures of him, but you know they ain't show no NFL logo. They ain't have him in a jersey, nothing. I saw the powder blue pants, and I was like, them is football pants. I know football pants when I see it. I was like, wait, this nigga look familiar.
And then you looked it up and found out.
I
it was
damn sure
him.
looked it up because I thought bro played for the Rams. So I was like, let me look up Rams running backs. No, but for some reason, Chargers running backs popped up, and Austin Eckler was right there. He's married to that woman. That made so much sense for the budgeting and the look of the docuseries. This shit was so professional, bro.
So I mean, what I'm hearing now is she probably was so distraught about her sister being in something that seems like a cult in her eyes, or it might be a cult, that she went ahead to her husband and let him know, like, yo, this was going on, gave him the ins and outs of it.
I think some funding definitely came from that side because, like I said, her family already clearly got money.
Yeah, they was straight from the beginning.
But having an NFL support system,
That-
this
that-
also goes into, we can help also build these connections too, because Netflix is a connection. You know what I'm saying? And are you having an NFL star running back who I done bet on and lost money because of, you bitch ass nigga.
Maybe it's my own bet.
And I'm still bet the over on 100 plus rushing and receiving yards next year in Washington, you bitch ass nigga. But her having a star running back as a husband, it puts a different light on it, because it's like, this docuseries was so well produced, it looked too staged. It really looked staged from the get-go. And I wasn't appreciative of how staged it looked, because it looked like the two women that were actually involved in some serious shit, it made them look like they was in a soap opera, and y'all's struggle was being grouped together with their struggle.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't
What they went through won't shit compared to what was being
went
accused
through,
of.
yeah.
And y'all niggas is here accepting gigs.
Yeah, y'all getting something. Like,
Honestly, it sounded like bro turned
Nah,
his
I ain't
life
gonna
around
hold you.
50% to fuck with
I ain't
y'all.
gonna lie. When they said one part in the documentary where it was like, it's some things that the cast members didn't want to get into, so we was gonna respect what they hold back, some shit like that. I looked at Concrete's face when they said that, and he had the look of
Talk to the mic.
he had the look of a nigga that went through the Diddy trial. Okay, not gonna hold you. Just being honest, bro. I don't know you personally, but I'm just saying the look that you did give, it was more so like, yo.
It's not funny. We not laughing because it's funny.
It was more so like you done did some things
or you were sold in a way where you had to do some things sexual just so you can get known in a gig on that time. But I mean, hey, bro, body language shows everything, and what they were showing was they was hella uncomfortable talking about the shit.
That's true.
There was hella still like frustrated that they went through the shit, and lastly, they were just really in regrets.
I look at them all like that Diddy apology video. Y'all niggas all felt that way because y'all got caught.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna be
bro.
totally honest with none of y'all niggas
God.
felt bad about being in a cult or whatever the fuck. Y'all niggas felt sorry because somebody caught. They wasn't even aiming for y'all. The same shit with Not Like Us. Not like us. It's Like That. Same shit with Like That. Niggas wasn't even aiming for you for real. We wanted that nigga right there, but you got shot because you was in the way. Y'all niggas all got accused of being in a cult because y'all chose to be a part of 7M. Y'all chose to be a part of them because of opportunities to make more money. To the people that really were pulled in unfairly, you know, just based on whatever, just learn not to be a follower in the future. We all fuck up and we make mistakes. There's niggas in there who's 30 plus, and y'all niggas signed up to be a part of the cult at 30 plus. 25, 26, 27
Being
plus.
in a cult at 40 years old is crazy.
40 plus, my nigga. You was born in the 80s talking about some, nigga, if you following in it. That's why when J. Cole did that apology and said that, the wave from, y'all niggas act like y'all ain't never been influenced by social media. J. Cole's about to be 40, my nigga. I don't give a fuck what y'all talk about as far as social media influence, my nigga. You have a grown-ass brain, a grown-ass developed human form, and you have grown-ass experiences. And some of y'all niggas have very particular experiences that y'all niggas just gonna act like y'all don't have because it don't sound good when you say it out loud. Niggas was using Jesus to get pussy. Niggas was using Jesus to get money. Niggas was using Jesus to get gigs. And niggas was using Jesus to manipulate people's mind to follow them like sheep around the farm in the mid-2000s.
And it's something in the Bible that says you're not supposed to misuse his word for stuff like that. So
And y'all niggas did it anyway because y'all niggas was teenagers and y'all found some power because y'all niggas found some attention. This is 15 fucking years later. I'm not going with niggas didn't see the same behavior because a couple of you niggas is not exempt.
bro, 15 years ago I was 11. So if I saw signs of that shit when I was 11 and y'all niggas was probably like 25 or 20 at that time, that means you wanted to be a part of it.
Niggas won't in high school. Niggas out here was still in school. But there was other niggas that was older. Y'all niggas was driving, going back and forth, taking planes, doing all this other shit. A lot of y'all niggas wasn't in high school. A lot of y'all niggas graduated right after Rise.
Facts though. A lot of them was seniors in high school.
Oz was already graduated.
Like,
Or I don't know if he graduated, but Oz was already out of school. Miho was still playing football in school.
bro, what are we talking about here?
And that was Rise. Nigga, you was
That shit came
graduated
out-
and stomped the yard.
That shit came out in 2005, basically.
I think it was 2003.
They said 2005.
Oh, 2005? Okay, yeah.
they
That's my
said
bad. That's my bad.
It probably came out 2003, but it aired on television in 2005. But that's nowhere here or there, bro. And then you did Street Kingdom, and I reminded me when you was still praising Jesus. But then even that way, the way you was doing this, you was like, yeah, we don't drink, we don't do this, we don't do that. But nigga, y'all was getting fucked up.
Niggas got called devils for smoking weed outside of sessions. I'm not too young to remember that. Niggas was getting called devils for getting high outside of sessions. Niggas and all niggas got specific smoke breaks for sessions now. Niggas was wilding back then because niggas was young and niggas was impressionable. This does not apply to those same niggas in 2020 whatever. In 2020 whatever. Y'all niggas had to go away after 2018, 2015, whatever the fuck. 2020 whatever, y'all, that shit do not apply. But I went on a bit. That's my bad.
More of the story is, if your ass see the signs, run away. If you don't, that means you want to be a part of it from the get. Point blank.
Don't sign up for some shit that you don't want to sign up for, especially if you see what it is before you sign up for it. Type shit.
That's like me going to a janitor's job and I asked to be a goddamn accountant. So,
Fuck are you doing? Fuck you doing?
like, be for real. And we're going to hit this one topic, this last topic. I want you to get on it if you want it.
Which one?
The playoffs.
Oh, the playoffs? Okay, bet.
Because this is, I'm not saying I'm not a type of nigga to talk about sports and shit. It's just my team is not in the playoffs, so I kind of don't give a fuck.
I respect it. Neither is mine. Mine almost made it, but we wasn't quite there.
We got kicked up. I think we got kicked up by the Celtics. Actually,
Who your team?
I like Cavs.
Oh, yeah, y'all niggas did good this year.
We did good.
Y'all
Don't get me
niggas did
wrong.
good this
I
year.
knew it was gonna make it to the playoffs next year or 2 years from now. Championship.
Y'all
That's all I want.
need a.
A center.
I think y'all need
A center.
another star. Maybe a secondary star. I wouldn't say a superstar because I think Donovan Mitchell is right there on superstar.
Yeah,
He's right there.
give us Chris Paul.
Nah, don't do that.
I'd rather get him off the bench.
Don't do that.
I do that.
But it's the finals right now.
We need
The
Chris
game
Paul.
probably on right now. These playoffs have probably been the most entertaining playoffs that we've seen in recent years.
Mm-hmm.
There was a point in time where it was just LeBron and Steph Curry in the finals for almost a decade.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like we were just waiting for them two niggas to get into the finals. But we thought that Denver was finna be the next dynasty.
For 1 year?
Yeah, after 1 year, it was niggas who was saying, "Hey, I can't see anybody beating Denver in a 7-game series."
Niggas said that about.
And at certain points in times, you could see it because Jokic was doing some impossible. He was shooting behind the head like that uncle at a cookout, and that shit was going in
But then,
on
but, I mean,
Anthony
but
Davis
you gotta
and all types of
understand
niggas.
That shot is only meant for people that know how to use that form.
And he was that one. Jamal Murray looked great in spots. Michael Porter Jr. shot lights out, but it seemed like they superpowers, they Wonder Twin powers activate when they see LeBron and Anthony Davis.
I see him as Larry. I saw it as like Larry Bird going against Magic Johnson when LeBron James would against.
I can see that, and
'Cause-
Magic old as hell. Braun is about to be 40 this year.
That's what I'm
dog.
saying, bro.
Whew.
So it's like, of course, a nigga that's younger than you is gonna make it look like he's outshining you, even where you still in your prime at that old ass age.
I wouldn't say outshine. I would say that the supporting cast makes them miles ahead of the Lakers because supporting cast ain't coaching.
Yeah.
The Nuggets coach is a much better coach situationally than Darvin Ham was. And
Cause niggas scared to talk to LeBron. It's a grown ass man. Speak to him.
damn, that nigga was scared to call a timeout.
Like niggas are scared to do anything, bro. It's
Like,
like, bro,
you
y'all
call a
wanna win?
timeout, bro. You the coach.
Like, yeah, like nigga, you're not just a nigga on the sidelines. Just there.
Yeah, bro, it genuinely looked like the damn RDC skits. It was like, you afraid to be the coach, my nigga? Damn.
Like LeBron said, I'm the coach now.
But I think what had happened. I think what had happened with that series was they just got out coached. That's really all it was. The Lakers looked like the better team for 3 quarters, and then coaching came into play in the 4th quarter, and that was that. With every other series in the playoffs, the most surprising one to me was Minnesota and Phoenix.
Okay.
I didn't expect Minnesota to sweep Phoenix. I expected Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal, inconsistent ass, to at least get 1 game.
I mean, you named 2 inconsistent people, KD and Bill.
I can't call KD inconsistent.
I can.
I could call Book inconsistent.
I
Because
can
he
say-
could drop 50 and then drop 12. I don't like that.
Nah, see,
Kevin
when-
Durant is 36.
At least I'm about to say KD will at least give you. He'll drop the same, but it's not that big of a margin. If he dropped 36 one night, he's dropping 24 the next night.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, what the hell?
Like
Well,
there ain't a
already
bad
good.
margin of like how his shit is increasing and decreasing. But with Book, I don't pay attention to him. I don't really like.
And
it.
KD having
I don't
off
really like his
nights
game.
is understandable because he don't have them that often. Like if he has a night where he's shooting 4 for 18 from the field,
Nah,
we not gonna look at that and say, oh damn, is he falling off a cliff? We're gonna say, all right, he gonna bounce back next game.
In Brooklyn, he had too many of those moments.
He did, but
once Kyrie was getting hurt or once he was suspended, he had too many of those moments.
and one of the huge problems was they traded their whole fucking roster to get 3 people. And or was it 3 or was it just 2? Because it was him. Oh yeah, because James Harden was there too. They traded their whole roster to get them people, and they had a great supporting cast before them niggas got there. They made it to the playoffs before them niggas got there.
Yeah, I feel like the whole they try to make Brooklyn into a super team.
Yeah.
which was stupid. You don't make
A super team is more based off of the supporting cast supporting the superstars,
Yeah.
more so than just having 3 superstars
And
and
y'all
saying
trying
we're
to
gonna
support
get
them.
8 niggas off the street and we're gonna go to the finals.
because
That's not how
at
that
the end of
works.
the day, they even had Ben Simmons up there, which was stupid as fuck. You got a nigga that is known for being bad.
For not playing, that's really what he known for. He known for not playing.
He's ass, bro. If anything, I want not Lamar, but yeah, Lonzo Ball back if that's the case over Ben Simmons.
I can't wait to see him play again. I
Like-
love Lonzo Ball as a player.
Like even like the way his hype was coming out, I didn't like the fact that his father was pushing the shit the way he was, but I like Lonzo personality as himself.
That's perfect, right?
You know what I
there.
mean?
That's
Like
perfect.
as himself, he's a perfect person to like work with and be around. But as far as the playoffs, I got Dallas winning.
I got Boston in 5 or 6. Mainly because what I feared most seemingly came true in the first game. I'm not watching the second game right now, even though I know it's on, so I can't speak to what's going on. But what I feared the most was the hype from them getting there. This is gonna look like Denver and LA, because LA, when Anthony Davis and LeBron played great, don't nobody else really stand a chance in beating them in a 7-game series when they both played great. And they both consistently played great a lot this year. But they ran into the people that in every way, shape, or form could either match them or be better than them.
But you see how that's a problem though, because it's just like with war. If you are known for being this dominant nigga, you can easily get taken down, regardless of the fact of how long you've been reigning, being known that to be dominant.
That's
Like-
how I look at Dallas, though.
But here's the thing, Dallas been on and off, so they got an opportunity to be like, all right, we can finally connect and switch, but fully be in sync. Far as with Boston, they been in sync all these years, and they're just never able to finish.
The same thing with Denver, though.
But
Because Denver finished first seed, second seed. They almost finished first seed this year, but that last year, everyone said, "Yo, Jokic got all these MVPs and he ain't been able to push through and do nothing." To me, this is that one year where the Celtics get their on switch and they just be dominant through the whole playoffs. I don't think it's going to happen again next year, but I do think this is the year where it makes sense. And to me, Dallas kind of looks like LA. Dallas looks like LA in the sense of you got 2 people at the helm where if one of them don't play great, y'all gonna lose. And both of them could play great for 3 quarters. If everyone else around them don't at least kind of contribute, y'all are still gonna lose, because I'm not gonna put PJ Washington up against Jaylen Brown. Well, no, we can't. I'm not gonna put PJ Washington up against Porzingis. I'm taking who they got? Dante Exum. I'm taking Drew Holiday over him. I'm taking Derek White. I may not take Al Horford over Derek Jones, but it's pretty damn close. It's like everybody else around them makes them so good to where their great players don't have to be great every night in order for them to win games. Everybody had an average to good game in that first game, and they was up by 25 before they pulled the starters out. Like, yeah, they lost the game by 18. Cool. They were really losing by 25 when they took the starters out the game. The game was 75 to 100. so if we talk about that on a team that had a really bad game versus a team that had an okay game, when y'all have a great game, all they have to do is have a good game, and it'll still be a 2-point game either way. To me, that's not enough margin of error, and I don't think. To me, that was the Lakers' downfall. Y'all don't have enough margin of error to be able to compete in a 7-game series with this team. I could be very wrong, by the way, but from what I saw beforehand, and then I saw it in the first game, I was like, oh no, everyone fell for it.
The only what LA is, they keep trying to put the ball and make it surrounded around LeBron. But every team he been around, they try to make it like orchestrate for him and work for him. When it's known that he's telling people like, bro, that's not gonna work. Because if you look at it from a coaching strategy,
Talking to the mic.
That's how the Bulls won, and that's how even the Warriors was able to go on the long range. Because it's a certain coaching strategy they use where you don't have to have one man being the main focus point. You have more than one person being the focus point, and they're able to use that in a way where they are on defense and the people that's on offense are able to strictly work on offense
That's facts.
and not focus on just being on defense as well. And the people that's on defense know how to transition to offense because they have been practicing for that shit. Not just saying, all right, we're going to swing this shit to LeBron every time he's open. It's like I can fake pass it to LeBron and then hand it to this nigga that's on the right of me for real or the left of me while I'm looking at LeBron. So it's making it seem like I'm giving the ball to him, but I'm not.
Now put in a position against an overall really good defensive team where everybody on the team can get at least 15 points a night. What do you see them doing?
With that's
Luka is the only one holding on to the ball, or Kyrie is the only one holding on to the ball.
but
And they setting themselves up for failure with that because exactly what you just said is true. The overall team is going to take you a lot further than these individual people will, unless you play in a team to where these individual people can beat y'all. They not playing against a team that's like that.
Yeah.
And that was exactly what happened in that first game. Luka tried his best to distribute. I give him credit. He only had 1 assist that first game. That wasn't his fault. There was people missing wide open threes where people wasn't like from here to my door is how much space they was having and they was still missing shit. So I'm not going to blame him all the way for that, but they made them play one-on-one basketball while they could run pick and roll on the other end, while they could swing the ball around, set screens, bring men around so that way they could pass straight into a jump shot. They were running an overall better offense to where they made it look like Joe Mazzulla was that much of a better coach than Jason Kidd. I don't think he's miles ahead of him, but I do think it's comparable between them two. I think Jason Kidd might be a slightly better coach. But if you're only a slightly better coach and your team is nowhere near as good overall, and not to mention, these motherfuckers got chemistry. Like, yeah, you lost Marcus Smart, but you got Drew Holiday who just won a chip with the Bucks. So, yeah, cool, whatever. You just lost him, but you got somebody who just won a chip. And then the rest of these people have been here for the past 4 or 5 seasons. It's going to be hard to beat. It's like San Antonio Spurs. It was hard to beat them, not because they were just the most skilled niggas ever, but because they all knew each other so well. The coach knew the players so well. Their chemistry was so great that their chemistry could overcome skill deficiencies across the board. And because I do my job the best, y'all niggas can't stop me because y'all don't do y'all job better than I do my job.
And I agree with that because it's more so like I didn't watch the game,
Yeah.
the first game, but for what I did here, it was more of what you just described.
It was very one-on-one centric for
Luka-
Dallas. Yeah.
like Luka was the main attraction. That's what I'm hearing, but I'm asking niggas like how Kyrie show up, and niggas was like
He had
didn't
12
show up.
points.
He didn't really show up,
And he went 0 for 5 from 3.
and that's
I'm not going to rely on
that's-
Kyrie going 0
that's-
for 5 from
that's-
3.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro, and that's the issue. If we got a Kyrie that's on some attitude, he's not gonna play well. And if we get an attitude we get a Kyrie that's focused on his shit, he gonna give you a solid 30 and probably give you the game winning shot.
He got to be locked in because if he's not locked in, Jason Tatum after the game said he was nervous and he didn't really have the best game. But what Jason Tatum
said that?
Yeah, but what Jason Tatum did have was like 18 points, 4 or 5 assists, and 6, 7 rebounds. He contributed to the team overall, and he played good defense.
But
Kyrie had 12 points, 0 for 5 from 3. He wasn't driving the basket very well. He was 0 for 5 from 3. He hit the side of the backboard on one of his damn threes. Yeah. It was like you overall have a bad game, and y'all not getting no help.
yeah.
So you see everyone around you. You ain't just 0 for 5. Everyone else around you trash too.
that's
so
why I
I'm
mean
not
with
trash. I'm
Kyrie,
looking at
though.
other piles of garbage beside me too.
With Kyrie, I feel like he should have just stayed in the sidekick position for like a year, one more year, bro. That's all he needed.
I think he still is in the sidekick position. He's the OG, unfortunately, because he's the only one that has actual championship experience on the team.
And that's what fucks it up because he can move forward, but he's still a Robin.
Yeah, for sure. I agree that he's a Robin. And I think he's accepted that role as a Robin in which he only plays Batman when Luka is playing like Robin. Unfortunately, they both was kind of playing like Robin until the third quarter, and then Luka took over a little bit, but then
I say it like this. Kyrie was playing as Robin. Luka was playing as the Robin we love.
Nightwing. Yeah. It was Nightwing and it was Damian Drake out there on that motherfucking court.
Oh my
While
God.
Jaylen Brown was looking like Batman. No bullshit. Porzingis looked like... Bro, I'm not going to front. A nigga getting 20 points in 13 minutes, he looked like how Luka looked in Game 5 to start out that game. Because Luka in Game 5 against Minnesota, he shut them niggas up so fast. I ain't never seen no shit like that before. That was how Porzingis came out in that game, which was surreal to me. I never thought he would be capable of that. But my overall opinion about these playoffs, this has been some of the most entertaining basketball that I've seen. As a huge basketball fan who was disinterested, this has been a very entertaining playoff series, and a lot of people's favorite players got kicked out in the first round.
And I like that shit.
Facts.
Like, being a nigga.
Steph Curry was not in the playoffs.
I'm glad.
Braun got kicked out in the first round. KD got kicked out in the first round.
Disappointing to see Braun
And
get kicked out,
everything after that was still entertaining.
Yeah, because, like, from the time that whole LeBron and versus the Warriors shit started going on, that shit was not fun. Because, like, you knew who was going to be in the fucking playoffs. Even when the Heat was doing that shit, it was high, bro.
It's going to be Miami versus whoever.
Yeah, and that shit was fun. And then once they got kicked out that last time, I was like, y'all beatable, y'all touchable. That's what I saw. I like seeing teams that try to be the super team, but then they can lose. Or I like seeing the teams that are the super team, but they can show niggas why they the super team. They can just pull up and be like, yo, I can come to any court and beat y'all niggas.
And we still don't have that.
We don't. I don't think we had that since.
Yeah, because the Celtics are all homegrown for Boston.
Yeah.
They playing like a super team because they done wiped everybody away. Yes, everybody been hurt in every series that they didn't play it or whatever. But the Celtics were up 3-0 in the Heat last year, and they had to play a Game 7. So they've been famous for playing with their food when they know they should win a fucking series.
And that's why I feel like.
And they didn't do it this year.
I feel like Dallas gonna win because of how the game was like set. Because what I heard was the Celtics had home advantage, right?
Celtics got home court advantage.
So
yes.
anytime it's like that in a finals or playoffs, it normally works for the team that is most likely gonna lose for that first game. The first game, no, I take it back because there's been a lot of first games where
Whoever wins the first game usually has the upper hand because.
But sometimes it's been switched around. You know
True.
What I'm saying? So I'm looking at it from perspective where it's not like a Denver and the Heat type shit last year where.
Yeah, the Heat were clearly overmatched.
Yeah, well,
it was clearly overmatched.
But you knew they was gonna lose type shit. It's like this. It
was Jimmy Butler versus the Nuggets. It was Jimmy Butler versus the Nuggets, bro.
This is like
it was Alfred versus every universe of Batman. It was just one Alfred.
And with this one, I feel like it's more so it could be balanced.
Facts.
Because you do have a 2-3 situation. You have
Facts.
3 people going against 2 people.
Facts.
And if they show up properly, either team can win.
Facts.
And the team is based off of those 2 or 3 people. For real.
Facts.
So if Kyrie show up and play like he did against the Warriors, or what, 2015, 16?
16, yeah.
Yeah, niggas gonna win. But if he pull up playing like he did that last the year after that, then they gonna lose.
If Kyrie played like he played in game 1 versus the Timberwolves, they can keep this series competitive. But Kyrie or Luka, and I'm sorry to say this about Luka because I think Luka's great.
Luka
they don't have no room for error against the Celtics team.
Not right now.
I've seen Derek White, who is the 4th or 5th, probably the 4th option on offense. I've seen him drop 30 plus. I've seen him drop 30 plus,
Bruh,
and he hit like 6 or 7 threes or some crazy shit.
That's like your bench coming off and doing y'all dirty, bro.
When Drew Holiday was playing for the Bucks, I think I seen him put up 40. And this is a person who has said, all right, I'll just play defense for y'all because y'all got offense.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum has put up 50. Jaylen Brown has put up 40. I don't know what Kristaps Porzingis' high is, but he dropped 20 in 13 minutes last game.
Mm-hmm.
So if we talking about teams that have these kind of ceilings and they're starting 5 and maybe one coming off the bench, if Porzingis come off the bench again, Kyrie and Luka got to at least get 30 apiece every game. And I don't think that's possible for them unless P.J. Washington get 15, Derrick Jones Jr. hit 3 threes, Daniel Gafford get 2 blocks and he get 10 points. Mm-hmm. They get some help off the bench. They would have to get those things, and they got to get them consistently because the Celtics is the only team in the playoffs that has showed consistency all the way through.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
I'm not mad at that.
You got Mavericks and how many?
I got Mavericks going in Game 6.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because, I mean, I already knew they were going to lose, like, the first 2 games. I'm predicting they're going to lose tonight, but not, like, real bad, and it's going
Me too. I think it's gonna be
Go
about
him.
5 to 10 point range, and it might be if they lose by 10 is because in the last few seconds they got extra free throws or whatever. But it's gonna be to the wire until the last 30 seconds.
And speaking of that, I'm mad because looking at the stats of like throughout the whole year, Luka didn't miss not one free throw. They said his shit is 100% or some shit like that.
Throughout the regular season,
I think.
Cap.
I think. I said.
no, because I've seen him miss a few free throws in the playoffs, and he definitely didn't finish. That would be impossible, dog. But in the playoffs, I seen him miss. I've seen him miss some free throws down the stretch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If
He did miss a couple that was a little uncharacteristic in game one,
See?
and Jaylen Brown trash ass did too. That nigga went 6 for 11 from the free throw line.
Time out. We're going to talk about Jaylen Brown. I'm going to say this, bro. Jaylen Brown had the same potential as what? Who's that nigga? Jalen Green? Hold on. It's a nigga named Jaylen Brown, Jalen Green in the NBA.
You talking about for the Rockets?
Yeah. He had the same potential as him.
Jalen Green nice too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Jalen Green nice
He
too.
had the same potential. It's just that Jalen Green went to a bad team afterwards.
Yeah.
But I feel like this nigga Jaylen Brown, he just said fuck it. After times of like going to the playoffs and losing, I just feel like he's
and having Tatum be the number one option, he like, yo, watch out, bro.
like, for real, bro.
I'm gonna try to take this bitch over. If you get 40, that's cool, but I'm gonna at least try to get 30.
Yeah, and I feel like he need to accept that he's not a Vegeta, but at least a Piccolo. Like you can put in
So
some
Jaylen
work
Brown
in-
or Jason Tatum?
Brown.
Oh, okay.
No, if I say Jason Tatum at least like for the Celtics aspect, he's at least Goku.
I'm not running with the narrative that niggas tried to say where Jaylen Brown is the best player on the Celtics for real.
No, bro, hell no. Like nah, bro.
If you niggas really hooped or really knew ball, y'all wouldn't even say no dumb shit like that. It's like people
Jason
who
Tatum is.
It's like people who look at stats and try to say Allen Iverson's MVP was overrated because he had the lowest field goal percentage out of any MVP ever.
What?
If you knew, I got this. Hold on, I got you. I'm one of the few niggas who played 2K2 and 2K3 and knew the whole roster. I went to go see them play the Lakers in person. You telling me Rick Fox? You telling me Nick Van Exel? You telling me Robert Horry, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant? They had an Derek Fish. Can't forget about Fish. You telling me all of these niggas compared to Allen Iverson, Aaron McKee,
And a nigga that got stepped over.
Todd McCullough. Tyronn Lue was nice though. Aaron McKee, Todd McCullough, Keith Van Horn, Matt Geiger, Tyrone Hill. Who the fuck are these niggas I'm naming, bro? Y'all don't know. If you had to take as many shots as that nigga had to take in order to win, they wouldn't have won game one in that final series without AI getting 50 plus. And he got 50 plus.
And a nigga that didn't really practice or didn't like to practice.
And you know what? I give him some slack because I know that's a funny narrative that's out about him. If you play as hard as he played, you got to carry the team as much as he carried the team. I wouldn't practice that much either, my nigga. I got to rest.
Yeah.
Because I know I got to put 90% of the scoring load on my back when it comes game time. I got to manage. And not to mention, the nigga was also a league leader in steals too. Yeah. So he's playing defense. Like he for a long time had the regular season record for most steals in the game. So we talk about a nigga who is active on defense and active on offense. His motor is 0 to 100 all the time.
And he played in two different eras of basketball.
He played in the 90s era. He shook the shit out of Jordan.
Yeah.
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 I like to talk about that.
Yeah.
Even though Jordan won the game, but still.
Yeah, they won because the Sixers was trash still. But yeah. Yeah, and dropped more. I think he dropped more points than Jordan that game. He put up 30 on Michael, crossed nigga out his shoes, had nigga looking left when he went right.
And shot a 3 on him.
Fadeaway too. Leg kicked out. It should have been a foul. But so anyway. Yeah, like those niggas who say shit like that are the people who try to make up these narratives like the Dallas Mavericks might be the most unstoppable team because they beat the Minnesota Timberwolves, who were very young, who happened to beat the Denver Nuggets. But then Boston just ran through everybody over here. And yeah, them niggas was hurt. But, oh, well, we don't know if Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum have figured out who's the real number one option. Them niggas know who the number one option is. We ain't got to play about that.
On Subway, some shit like that. Like the nigga that's commercial on Subway, bro. Like we already know.
We don't got to play about who is who. We all know who is who, and we all know what's what. It is raining. You got a hoodie? You got an umbrella, Rihanna?
I guess I'm doing it for Lil Saint, yo.
That nigga got hopes and dreams.
I'm doing it for Lil Saint.
Well, yeah, since it's raining.
And my dick then got fucking pushed back now because it's raining. Fuck.
Oh, you said date.
Yeah, date. What else would I fucking do? Whoa.
It did sound like that in the
Hey,
headphones.
yo. Hey, yo.
I was like, what
tape,
he got pushed back?
My date, bro.
All right, I feel.
With my girl later on tonight.
Right, you did say that.
But
You
I
did.
said this shit while I came
You
in.
did.
We had a wild conversation. And y'all thought I said something out of pocket that wasn't out of pocket because I had to even trust that shit. Nah, we gonna make this.
Nah, you good. You good. I just knew I was the only one that heard this.
No, bro. Like,
You heard that shit too?
like, bro, I know.
My goddamn dick that got pushed back now. Nigga pushed my shit all the way back. Nigga said it like it was a hairline.
Oh, I don't want no evidence. I can't.
That nigga said it like the barber pushed the hairline back.
Bro, I got an accent. I get the shit, but damn, nigga. Y'all making me sound like I just say random such shit.
Nah, that was funny. That was funny.
It was close.
Nah, we good. We good. We needed one of those. Clips. But for the
Clip that.
I'm gonna just I'll say one last topic before we get out of here. Did you see the video that Eyes did about his favorite and least favorite crumpers?
I'm gonna put it like this. I watched it with my girl, and she agreed on the shit that I'm about to say.
This is an amazing damn, this is an amazing topic, by the way.
You can't take advice from somebody that's in a cult. I'm only
I
saying,
disagree, but I will let you
I
rock.
only say that because he's not the pure form of Tight Eyes. He's more of I'm a robot type shit, and he's only saying. I feel like he's only saying shit that he's programmed to say. Even with the people that he chose, some of those people, I don't agree with all 5 of those people that he liked, but it's like I can at least say that
He rocked with his little homies. That's what I got from
Like,
it.
that's what I'm saying. Like, he picked all the people that is in his group.
Like, yo, my favorite 5 dances is a Majin. I just want to be clear, it's my opinion. The rest of y'all niggas trash, but I like Kid Boo. I like Super Boo. I like Evil Boo.
Like, bruh. So it's like, what's the point of even saying this shit? Like, I want somebody that's gonna be non-biased and real, like, strategic about the shit. Not just saying, all right, I don't like these niggas because I just don't personally like them, and these niggas I like because I personally like them. Like that.
I got you. Yeah, that's
like,
fair.
Get your ass out in front of the camera, then. Like
That's fair.
Because even the shit that he said about verse, I felt like it could have been said different. If you don't like somebody, don't say they a mockery or crump. Because at the end of the day, even like with verse style, I feel like he opened a lot of doors for the new style of crump, or just at least a lot of people that's
fair to say.
Understanding crump. Because when I was out there, some of the times in the parking lot and everybody have a crump session and shit, he'd be out there and letting it be known like what is and what isn't, or what is mistaken as too much crump. Because when I had to battle Ghost, there was like Ghost was saying I wasn't crumping, but Verse was like he's actually crumping. He's actually doing some crump shit. He's not just being able to wave and pop. Like, no, he's doing the steps, he's doing the foundations, he's doing the chest pops, he's doing the jabs, and he's making his like setup make sense. He's not just doing anything to get a crowd reaction. So I understood how he is as a crumper and how he practiced. So for that to be said he's a mockery, it's like, nah, it's not a mockery. Just because you don't like him, just say that. You know, if you don't like somebody's style of crump, just say you don't like their style, but they are crumping type shit. That makes more sense versus you just saying he's a mockery of crump.
The whole take was ironic.
Even with the 5 people he basically say they're all mockeries.
True. I mean, with the ironic part about it was this whole video was a marketing strategy to be able to launch his YouTube channel, Crump Inc. Because he did the introduction to the channel after he dropped that video. Which to me is genius. Shout out to Robert Shin putting eyes on to the to the strategy. Bro's a marketing genius, bro. So like, I think that for one, I'll be totally honest, I think that was all marketing to be able to put onto the channel, because then he wants to put workshops and he wants to put everything else onto the Crump Inc. channel. So if that's what you plan on doing and that was just how you kicked it off to get no pun intended, eyes on the channel, all right, do what you gotta do. But to the take now, the mockery of Crump part is the only thing that I'm gonna address because everything else seemed a bit personal to him.
Yeah.
The mockery of Crump thing was ironic because I'm a bit closer to the situation than the average person. If you know anything about Verse for the past
Probably 10 years.
5 to 7 years, everything that he had been doing, especially character wise, had been to mock Crump. It had been to mock the structure that was in front of him because he saw how ridiculous a lot of shit looked. Fanu was a name that I came up with, and it was a joke. Like it was real life a joke where me and him were talking about it on the phone. One of his sayings was, "Sometimes you gotta fucking nigga up," and I said, "Yo, you should name yourself Fanu and put that bitch and start battling as that name. That should be crazy." I think it'd be hilarious because I think you would start gaining fans off of that.
Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous. Like it's the name itself is not ridiculous. It's a hard name. Not that he has it, but it's like typically people not going outside saying names like that because that's a name you got to live up to. Can't call yourself Fanu if you're not gonna live up to it. And people actually really fucked with the name. I was like, bro, you probably won't get a fan base and shit. Niggas gonna rock with the name because they fuck with you. But it was a troll because everything that you point out, it is sometimes fun to make a mockery of some shit, to mock some shit because you niggas only glorify certain shit, and sometimes you niggas need a mirror held up to yourselves.
Yeah, I get that.
Oz pointed out he changed his name, this, that, and the third. This nigga Oz is like 7 names.
Yeah.
This nigga, he got what? I know he did away with all his fams, but his fam names.
You know, he got like 7 fans.
If you about to say if you did if even if you're not calling him all of those names because he did away with all of them, the way that someone on the outside would interpret Oz actions would be he got 7 fams, so okay, these are 7 different characters that he has, so therefore I could battle here as NY, I could battle here as Style Ripper, I could battle here as just Oz. He spelled Oz 2 different ways. One was with a Z, now it's with an X. And then I could go over here and be he had a few names. Nah, he had a few names.
I know it's NY Rip.
I was gonna say it was Style Ripper. The nigga had Bullseyes. He had
Bullseyes, all that shit.
he had at least 6 different fams that he had, just as different characters.
I ain't gonna lie, I always thought Bullseye was like Majin's fam. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, nah.
Only because like I see Majin the only one doing that bullshit in my eyes.
Oh, nah. Because theirs was a little different. I personally can't say I drew any derivative from anything that they was doing, and I don't see no similarities to it. I respect your opinion saying that. But the Bullseyes thing was him and Miho, and they did a joint fam.
Yeah. Okay.
And Miho is the bulls, and then the eyes is the horns. So they had that. But if you take that, it's like the telephone game where you whisper something to somebody's ear, and then to the 10th person they come out different. To me, that was what that was. 7 different fams will look like a nigga just having 7 different names if it's not done by that original person.
Yeah.
So if I'm making a mockery of how all of this looks and how all of y'all follow structure, yeah, I'm the mockery. But now you done said that, you can't lose to me now. Can't nobody lose to me since I'm the mockery of Crump. I think 95% of what Oz was saying about Verse inaccurate, but that 5% of the mockery, I was there for. He was mocking you niggas who was doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
While being nice.
That's why I was just like, it was stupid. Because from what we seen while I was on Instagram and from you having conversations with him, or from me being around him talking about some of the shit from time to time, it was just like, well, he probably didn't know I was around him talking about
But
shit.
of course not, I be in the house.
Yeah. I said him because I be with my big homie around him type shit.
Facts.
So, like hearing
Shout
that
out
shit,
Will.
Shout out Will, my homie, big homie. Hope everything all right, big homie. But back to the topic, it's more like with that, I noticed the conversation Verse had with Miho. It was like different how Tie Dyes always see this nigga Verse. Cause at least with Miho understand like, nigga, I'm just a nigga that crump. type shit. He do his shit. I don't really fuck with this nigga like that. I fucks with him sometimes. but I'm just here, type shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just making sure the Crump name is getting pushed. And if that's what you doing, I support it. But with Tight Eyes, I saw it as, nigga, you mocking Crump.
It was like, you mocking my creation.
Yeah,
and
he's like, really.
there was a different part of that video that niggas, that I thought was dope, which was him acknowledging that this was just his opinion.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Which means he no longer is using Crump as a monolith to where everything he's saying has to be fact.
Yeah.
So he's acknowledging now the outside of, this is just my opinion. Y'all niggas don't have to share my opinion. I could call someone trash, but that don't mean I'm telling all of y'all to say that's trash. This is the first time I've seen that, because everything he said before,
because it make it seem like
everything he said has to be fact. Even when he battled in Atlanta and lost, he was walking up to the judges like, I know for a fact I won, but y'all are saying y'all lost. It's whatever. Y'all have never created anything. And it's like,
nigga,
that what you saying don't matter here because you're not battling within your style.
Yeah, and even with that,
I got the footage you lost.
Like, even with that, I watched, like, niggas watched that, bro. It wasn't the fact that
was neither one of their best outings, by the way.
It wasn't, but it was like,
shout out X.
If I had to give it to somebody, X did way better. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm watching a nigga that is basically practicing versus a nigga that's showing up to really get his shift over for it. That's what I'm seeing. And X was a nigga that was ready to get his shift over for it. You know, nigga, I come here to work every day. There's nothing new. You know what I mean? I don't have to practice this shit. I come here, wash the dishes, close the door. You coming in here and reading a list of shit to do that you should already know what to do. And that's what I feel like it's like you can't call somebody a mockery or something. Well, you can't, like, I get the whole mockery comment, but don't use it in the sense of,
he was trying to use it in a derogatory sense.
Like,
yeah,
he using
for sure.
it in the sense of, like, he's saying, like, Verse is just like these other niggas. And it's just like, nah, Verse is not like none of these niggas. Even if he have moments where it seems like he might be playing around or he not taking the battle serious, it might just be that. You have to look at everything for what it is instead of saying, oh, he's mocking somebody. Because it's been days, this nigga Tight Eyes clearly lost, but niggas like, no, he just had a bad day. You know what I mean?
He was just playing.
You just playing. Like, nigga, no.
He was labbing him up. He was teaching him, y'all niggas stupid. Y'all don't be learning nothing. That's why y'all niggas don't get better. Yeah, we done heard all the bullshit, bro. We heard all that shit.
Like, nigga, I even lost. I lost. You lose, bro. It's not nothing to glorify, but it's like I'm mad enough to say I lost a battle to somebody that I felt like in that moment I could have won. But I didn't. So I'm not going to go and try to change everybody's mind and be like, yeah, I won. And you know I won. So make it seem like I won. Or say that I won. Try to get through this next.
Now, I'm going to do the same thing that Oz did, right? I'm not a crumper, nor am I an active dancer, nor do I care to be an active dancer or to battle anybody else with a differing opinion than me. So therefore, if you view what I'm saying is totally invalid because that's your man's or because I don't have no knowledge and I don't know shit about shit, cool. You right. Cool. Keep it moving. What I'm speaking on is everything that I know for fact. So if you want to disagree with the fact that a nigga had been purposely mocking how the system was being utilized, when I was on the phone with the nigga and I seen it firsthand because I low-key I'd be negatively contributing to shit. I ain't gonna front because this is somewhat my fault.
You be
but
like a fly on the wall.
Bro, I've been a fly on the wall for so much shit, bro, that I really shouldn't have been, bro. So now it's like if I'm speaking about it, it's like this nigga just talking out his ass. This nigga don't know shit. I probably sound like Ray J right now. It's just like Ray J. Niggas know more than niggas lead on. We just like sitting in the back and joking with niggas. So I'm not speaking on Crump knowledge. I'm not speaking on wins and losses. I'm not speaking on none of that. Y'all can have that because I don't give a fuck. I'm not even speaking on flex losses or nothing like that yet. But I'm not speaking on none of that shit because it ain't no point in having that conversation. But the point of, looking at content, being able to speak on content, and certain people having to seemingly reprimand other niggas for their feelings and their opinions, we can speak on that because it's their feelings and their opinions, and having a podcast is having feelings and opinions.
It's basically that.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
That's what we do over here. We got feelings and opinions and shit on Men's Mental Health Month that nobody gives a fuck about.
Yeah, y'all keep saying pride. You know what I mean?
Yeah, ain't nobody proud of men's mental health.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to my niggas celebrating Pride Month. My bitches, my nigga bitches, everybody celebrate Pride Month. My bitch niggas celebrating Pride Month. Everybody. Juneteenth coming up.
Basically, what we're saying is,
Juneteenth coming up. I need them to hear that. Juneteenth coming up.
no matter if you straight, gay, man or black, woman, your mental health matters. Just
Facts.
Don't hide the shit. Just don't hide the shit about anything. Don't hide
Facts.
yourself. Don't close yourself off to anybody. And even if you know you're doing something purposely wrong, smile while doing it.
If you don't have nobody to talk to, record yourself and then talk to yourself.
And then you'll have people on the internet to come to you and respond.
No, don't do that. Don't go on the internet. The last thing you want to do is go on the internet.
If you need somebody to talk to, go to Twitter. Go to a therapist.
If you need somebody to talk to, go seek therapy. If you feel like you're still not comfortable in that setting, find avenues to where you could talk to yourself and be your own devil's advocate and be your own fly on the wall. Figure out your problems internally as much as you can before you need somebody else. Never be afraid to ask for help because we all need it. I still need help. I am not the best product that I can be.
I'm currently in therapy, so
Type shit.
y'all getting peace, Larry, all year.
I need to be in therapy as well. I'm not gonna hold you. That is a promise that I need to fulfill. I need to be in therapy.
Hey, shit only like $25 if you get like.
I think mine is actually free with my insurance because my job covers my shit.
But
Oh, they got $25 copay?
yeah, I mean, you do the $25 shit. It's like an intern type shit. It still is good as a.
That's
professional
tough.
therapist,
That's tough.
You know.
Therapy for the cameraman. I'm good.
And if you got art, take your therapy out on your art. You ain't got to release it either. If you got a song that you just want to do some angry shit on, if it's trash, let it be trash and you listen to it. Because if it's just you in your own house listening to your own shit, it's just a reflection of where you was to get to where you need to be. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm loud while I was mad. That shit
Niggas,
is fun.
I'm not gonna front. Niggas
It's
be
low-key
doing
funny.
trash shit when niggas be in their feelings, but because it feel like a release, we be feeling like it's some legendary shit.
I feel like you like Michael Jackson going against the Les Twins type shit.
What the fuck? All right, my bad.
Like, it's like you, it's like you said, I feel like you Michael Jackson going against the Les Twins in emotional lab because your ass don't know what to do, you don't know how to feel, but you just know you moving.
You niggas that's emotionally dancing publicly look weird.
Yeah, so, like I ain't gonna lie, don't do that. Don't like the contemporary shit. Right?
For Men's Mental Health Month, that's what I'm gonna end it with. Some of you niggas that emotionally dance look weird. Y'all niggas be doing it for spirituality, and then y'all niggas start crying in the middle of a group of 60 niggas that are in the middle of the street
When
to
you
a
see-
song that's about nothing.
When you're supposed to literally be doing it with yourself. That's the
Right.
whole point.
Y'all
Mental
niggas
health.
don't pray but want to bring God up in the session. Got you.
And then you don't look within but want to tell somebody else about themselves. Got you. But more so, it's really Men's Mental Health Month. It's do what you need to do for yourself. Pray if you pray. Go for a walk. You go for a walk. Go work out. Hang with your family or be by yourself. If you got
Facts.
a dog like me, be nicer to your dog because they
Type
got
shit.
feelings too.
Type shit.
They got feelings too. So be nicer to your dog and they'll help you get through your moments. of
And
need.
for Pride Month, shout out to all of my people in the community. For the people that are proud within themselves and their decisions and everything that they've done up until this point, especially when it comes to sexuality and sexual orientation. There's still people that are in the closet. There's still people that suffer mentally. From that perspective, the men's mental health of the people that are within Pride. Shout out to y'all as well. This is y'all month as well, and Juneteenth coming up. This has been the What's the Name podcast, bro. God damn, this is a hell of a debut.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to my brother Tre and Focus behind the camera at TRE_INFOCUS. Damn, I almost misspelled in Focus and I just shit on them niggas earlier. Did you want to say anything before we close out?
Want to say something? I can turn it on. Turn the mic on real quick. Pause.
Shout out to everybody out there. Episode 1. We out here.
Episode 1, we out. Kelvin Rufford Jr. Don't forget the Junior.
Hey, don't forget the way you fell over here. We are out with my boy, Margin.
Dudes!